Hey guys, it's good to see all of you tonight. Welcome again to another edition of Porr Brew TV, and just come out here on the porch to enjoy this cool, crisp evening. It's about 75 degrees, no humidity. It's just a glorious night to be sitting out on the porch and enjoying a home brew. And this is going to be number 5 for me on the S.J. Porr brewing experiment. Going to do another beer review for you tonight. Just got out here and came out from watching Craig Tube and his Homebrew Wednesday. That was actually on Thursday. Many of you probably know who I'm talking about in turn with Craig and his very light-hearted and practical approach to home brewing. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go to Craig Tube on YouTube and check out his channel. Great guy, practical. You'll certainly enjoy his common sense approach. So anyway, let's move on into things tonight, and let's look at what I've pulled out of the brew box for tonight's brew review. And we have Mr. Sparty, 1995, and his submission for the S.J. Porr beer experiment. And very practical tag here. And a little explanation here. It's a 6% ABV, 40 IBU. And he noted in here that he has added agave and during the fermentation, and brown sugar for the batch priming. So this one ought to be a little interesting. And as last couple reviews, the neighbor's dogs are up. Last couple reviews have been on the darker side, have been porters. So this one's going to definitely be a change, because if you can, if I get where you might be able to see, as you can look through here, this one's going to be quite much on the lighter side. So switching gears just a little bit here, and just to kind of start in on the overall review, looking at the packaging, very straightforward label, nothing fancy there, and that's okay. That's how I label mine. I'm kind of looking at everybody's packaging, and in my own brew, that's what I do. So information's there, and that's good. There's another label on here too that you couldn't really read, and I thought there might have been more information on there. I don't know if you can read any of that, but that essentially says the same thing. Well, it's just one of those crazy clear labels. So let's get with this one. Let's get right on into the brew review. Again, this is going to be a lighter beer. Looking in the bottle here, as I give it a little shake there, you get a little bit of carbonation, so I think it'll be good in that department. Got a little skim there on the bottle there. I'm not sure if that's come from what. I guess I better be careful that I don't drop it. The glass choice for this evening, got one of my Pilsner glasses. This is not one of the ones that came from the gift that I got, that I debuted on the other night. And just by way of a little, get that out of the way a minute. Just a little apology. I'm a little behind again. I was going to do a review last night, and I just did not have it in me. Work was quite long. Ended up being out most of the night, the previous night, and last night when I got home, I was just, I want a couple brews, sit down and relax. I really wasn't in for it last night. So, again, I'm behind, and hopefully I'll be able to make it up. I'm going to look like probably being out of town, but what I may end up doing is doing a couple reviews as I'm out, and then loading them up over the weekend sometime when I get back. So I'm looking to try to get back on track. I never really thought that doing this would be as difficult and as time-consuming as it is. And if you remember, I'm doing these reviews in one take, so I'm just coming in here and turning on the camera. I've got it set up, and I just go with it. But even at that, it takes a while. So for those of you that are doing a lot of editing, that are putting in a lot of um, a lot of other substance in your videos and things like that. You know, my hat's off to you, because it does take a lot of work and does take some time. And so I'm gonna try to get better at it as I go, and try to take a little bit more time and produce maybe a little bit more quality video. However, right now, at the skill level that I have, this is kind of where I am. So anyway, let's move along, and let's try this one. And I'll put that there. Again, looking at the bottle and looking at through the inside, we'll give it another look here. As you can see, again, it's going to be a pretty light one. So let's give this a pour. I'm not sure what that is on the beer, on the bottle itself, but it's quite slick, so I have to be careful here. So let's see what we got. We got a good hiss there. I can already see the carbonation coming up out of that. There's a little bit of head right there in the neck of the bottle. Very nice. Again, a very attractive bottle, a New Belgium recycled bottle. Very nice. So what do we get here? Oh yeah, this one's going to be a little aroma coming out of the neck of that bottle. This is going to be interesting. Let's give this a pour. Let's see where we start. I'm going to try with it a little aggressive. Yeah, already you can see some good carbonation coming out of that, a good head retention. I'm going to try to pour this a little aggressive and maybe take a little bit more time with it, so we can get a good head. Boy, that's nice and creamy there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Let's run this again. Yeah, for time's sake, we'll go ahead and get her going. I think we got a head there. That's pouring very nice and golden. I can see the carbonation bubbles already in it. I think I can turn it up a little bit. Look at that. Oh yeah, look. Wow. Oh yeah. I think I'm going to stop right there. Oops, yeah, got just a little bit. Yeah, I think we kept all the sludge in there. I think I got it right to the edge. May have poured a little bit in there. I don't know how well you see that, but look, there's a good upside down snowstorm. There's a lot of carbonation in that. That's very nice. Now, from my vantage point, and hopefully you can see this too, it's pretty clear. Doesn't look like it's hazy at all. And if you remember, now I got that in front of my face. And if you remember from the recipe, we did have to put some wheat in this. So you know, these being a little on the cloudy side is not a bad thing. That's okay with the style that we brewed to. Let's get a little, run the light through it. You know, there's a little bit of haze there, but you know, that's okay. I did let this sit for just a few minutes on the heatsink granite countertops in the kitchen, and then came out here to set up. So got a lot of activity there. That head is just perched right on the top very nicely. It's creamy. The bubbles are just staying. You know, there's not a lot of big bubbles. They're really tiny, small bubbles, and it's just sitting there. So I think we're going to have a winner here. This one is going to be really a great beer. I'm already getting a nose of the hops way back here. I mean, when I move this beer, you know, and I catch a little whiff of the hops already from this vantage point here. So very nice. You know, I'm just really like looking at the appearance of this. A golden color. You know, it's not really brown. It's a dark amber gold, and it rises up into the glass. You know, you get a deeper hue, so it's really nice beer, really nice. So let's get a nose on this and let's really see what we got. Oh yeah, yeah. I really get the hops that you used out of this really immediately. Really smells clean. Now I know what agave is. At least I think I do. Yeah, I know what agave is. I don't know really, can't really catch what it smells like. So maybe that's kind of what I'm getting to. Yeah, yeah, catch the hops out of that, and very nice, crisp, a little fruity, not quite the citrusy grapefruit that you get off of the typical IPA, but certainly, you know, this really just talks to you like this. You know, this is going to be a clean and fresh and a citrus beer as you drink it. Yeah. That's nice. And that head is staying up too. You know, you've got a good, you know, that's what, a good one finger head. Nothing wrong with that. That's letting some of the aroma out. You know, it's not so thick that the blanket of the foam keeps the aroma buried. It's letting enough of it out, but you still have the appearance of the head. Very nice, very nice. And that carbonation is still coming up out of the glass. That color almost seems to be clearing up a little bit as it sits in the glass a little bit. So that could have been just a little bit of chill haze after the pour. So let's give this one a try here. Let's see what we got. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I really get the hops in that one, but also has that. You detect that sweetness from and that almost a fruitiness to it. You know, like in a lot of the pale ales and the IPAs, you know, you get that grapefruit. This is where it's citrusy and almost on the bitter side, or really on the bitter side. This is more, you got the bitter, but it's sweet. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I like this, and as I take another smell of that, you know, I detect that sweetness to it. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, and I can tell you use brown sugar in your batch priming. Maybe it's just that because you said it on the label, that's why I know that. But you know, I really catch that sweetness, and has more depth to it. Um, yeah, this is a good beer. Mm. And the head is staying up there. That's a good creamy cap head. You get a little bit of lacing on the glass there, as you can see. However, that head is so dense that it just packs back down on top of the beer um, as you drink it. So you know, not a lot of it is lost on the on the sides of the glass. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. Um, Again, just for disclosure's sake, again, a reminder to everyone, you know, I'm not a beer reviewer. Never reviewed any beer until started the SJ Porr experiment. So, I'm just giving you my unqualified observations and thoughts. And so, you know, definitely, I've got the flying bugs flying around in here a little bit too. It's definitely, I am not what you would call any kind of an expert or qualified beer reviewer. And I got a little friend buzzing around me here, so and I'm not particularly a fan of bees either. So anyway, very good job, Mr. Sparty, 1995. Hats off to you. This is a great beer. And so let's kind of talk about the rating a little bit. Overall, we look at the packaging, we look at the visual, what it looks like in the glass, the aroma, the taste, and everything. This is a solid beer, and try this one more time. Very nice. On a numerical scale, I think I'd have to really rate this one at. I'm gonna rate this one really at a solid 8. I don't know, maybe really, I really think it's an 8.5. This is a good beer. I like hops. I like hop forward beers, and this one has that. I'm particularly impressed with the head retention, so I really think it really does rise up to being an 8.5. A well packaged beer. It's got while it doesn't have to be clear, but it is very nice in the glass. The bubble's still rising up out of it, even as we're nearly halfway through it. So straightforward packaging. No nonsense. Not a fancy label, but some information there for you too. But it's not what the label says on the outside. It's what's right here. It's what's in the glass, and that's the big thing. So 8.5. Well done, Mr. Sparty, 1995. Check out his YouTube channel if you haven't had the chance. I'll give that shout out to him. And again, go by and visit Craig on CraigTube when you get a chance. And I'm William, and this is Porr Brew TV. Comment down below as you see fit. Subscribe if you wish. And it's been my pleasure to be with you again tonight and share this homebrew and this review with you. I'm going to be out for the evening. Check back again. There'll be more SJ Porr Brew reviews. I'm only right at about halfway through, and there'll be some other things coming up as well. So cheers to all of you. Have a great night. Stay safe, and we'll see you very soon. Good night.